Welcome to another episode of Court of Swords. I don't have a voice. It's going to be a fun one.
Unlike this morning, I'm now no longer at any risk of biting a hole in my own face.
Well,
unless it just happens normally. I can feel this side of my face now. When we started that Q&A, though, I was just like, what's up, everybody? I'm cool. It's like smushing my face back up into place. It's fine. I had my Edgar suit on, but I'm better now.
It's good. It's good. We've got special guest Kratos here. How's it going over there, Kratos? How's the sun?
Boy.
So Kratos, I heard something funny about you the other day from David Jaffe, and I was wondering if you could confirm, Kratos, bisexual or no? What's the word from the street?
How are we feeling about that, Kratos?
Does Kratos like men?
Okay.
Yes. Oh my God, that'd be a great emote. Just Kratos, but rainbow colored, just saying bye in a little speech bubble. Ooh, I love it. It's so good.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So I made you some pot stickers, Kratos. What would you like to dip them in? Soy.
Right. Entire bit. It's good. That's basically God of War 2. They're taking a comedic approach. You know.
Do you know what kind of fish those are in that pond? Koi.
That's it. That's all it's gonna be. Just those.
I can keep going all day. I can do it all day.
We might talk about this tomorrow on Drop Frame, Zeke, but it's worth mentioning twice. I got to the final boss in God of War on New Game Plus.
Oh yeah.
Fuck everything about. I will never beat that boss. I'm just stating that he will never be beaten. There are no checkpoints. You do basically zero damage, and it's harder than the final boss in Sekiro easily.
But Baru did it in 6 hours.
He didn't do New Game Plus.
Oh, okay.
New Game Plus, they actually make it
the
spongier.
first thing that people say.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was the meme.
Oh, it's not really. It's just like every time I've ever brought it up, it's always someone pops out of the woodwork with that stupid panda emote. And they're like, "Hey, Baru did it. It's sick."
Yeah, I'll show you the damage that the boss. He 3-shots you. Any move can technically 1-shot you if you're not. It's fucked is what it is. There's no other way to put it. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Zeke, what's the haircut for though? You just spicing it up for E3? Is that the deal?
Well, my hair was dead. It was
you burned
bleached
it?
out of it was bleached out of existence. Like It was bleached and dyed and all that kind of shit. And it was time for a change. And yes, and it's definitely for E3. I wanted to have something that was easy. I didn't have to worry about. I could cover it up if I want to, that kind of thing. I mean, it'll be what 4 more days, so I'll have 4 days so there'll be a little bit of growth there, but
sure.
But yeah, mostly because of that, because it'll be easier to it won't look as it won't be as much of a target for ridicule.
Sure, yeah. No, I understand. E3 is all about,
which I don't normally mind, especially if it's on my channel, but I don't want to draw attention away from like what I'm doing, you know.
Makes sense. It's admirable, without a doubt. Zeke, what have you been up to besides shaving your head?
Not much. I tried to do my normal Tuesday happy hour, like 2-hour stream today.
I heard you broke something. What happened here?
My fucking Vive, dude. It's because I got that headset with the headphones like attachment for it.
Oh.
And it just I'm just too rough on things, and I kind of like it kind of fell apart because I didn't, and it has the stupidest like screws keeping it together. It's like this with the smallest torque thing ever, and I don't have something that will fit inside of that thing.
Yeah, you don't have glasses, so you don't have the toolkit for it. I get it.
Exactly. And so it just pissed me off, and I honestly tried to keep it on with like a bathrobe like thing, and I was all ready to do it and stuff, and then I got just more and more angry, and I said, fuck it, I'm not doing it. I got a refund on Steam, and I'm buying it for PlayStation so I can do a PSVR instead.
Makes sense.
Because it's a far superior piece of equipment, and it is less than half the price.
Yeah.
because of what I paid. Because it was $800 for the Vive, and then another 100 and something for the earphone headset thing, and the Vive and the PSVR is 400 total, and it works every time I've ever used it, and it doesn't. It's like all great one piece, and it's comfortable and it's lightweight and all this kind of shit. So whatever.
You should.
I mean, honestly, the only thing that I'm going to use that for anymore is porn.
You should look into the Oculus Go. I think is the standalone one. It just came out.
Hold on, can we just acknowledge that Adam did a very knowing nod?
Yeah,
a very like.
So I'll translate that nod. It was a I see you, Zeke. I see and acknowledge you. I love you for who you are. You are my friend, and the things that you say do not make me love you any less. That's what that nod is.
So the dad, my dad nod, like
it was like you
yeah,
keep being you, buddy.
my boy.
You keep being you.
Yep.
No, but you should get a Oculus Go, so I can understand if it's worth it or not. It's $400, same price as PSVR. There's no cables. You get the knuckles, the good controllers, and it's completely standalone PC thing.
I thought that was Quest.
Maybe it's Quest. The Go is something else. I guess it's the Quest.
Quest is the one that's...
There's too many fucking types of Oculus. They need to really narrow this down and figure it out.
I wanted to know if that's good too, because obviously we've all kind of been waiting for an all-in-one, wireless. Don't have to fuck around with an adapter or anything like that.
You can use it anywhere. I know I've seen people using it in the park. They just walk out to a park and just like, all right, here we go. This is my playing space, and it measures everything around you, and they're playing Skyrim. So,
is it like? I'm assuming it's like obviously not as good as like the Vive Pros and stuff. It has to be a little bit limited, right? I would imagine.
I don't think
a lot of high performance.
Yeah, I don't think it can push like 4K. I think it's limited to 60 hertz or something like that. But yeah.
So if you ever see me out in the park and I'm doing like this, like with the Vive and stuff, like don't bother me.
Yeah,
just leave me be.
We'll just leave.
What's new with you this week? I got banned from the park. Here's this whole thing.
Yeah, that's true.
What did you do? I was pitching a tent in the park. I thought that was totally fine. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Anything else besides breaking your Vive, Zeke? I think everyone's just kind of getting ready for E3 right now. It's all the buzz.
I have no idea what's happening at E3.
An old game.
I have no buzz at all.
Man,
there's no buzz here.
You got to get buzzing.
No buzz. Gotta get buzzed.
You got to get buzzed.
I don't know what's happening at all. I don't keep up
You're
on
on the internet. How do you not? Do you just walk blindly through life? What is going on here?
When it comes to new games and releases and things like that, unless it's something specifically that I am already aware of and already excited about, I don't know. I'm not somebody that like goes through articles and looks. If it comes up on my Twitter feed, I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. Let's look a little bit more into that. Like
the best thing to do is not to watch game news, because you can just watch drop frames or whatever for that shit. It's to watch to see all of the other stuff, like the outfits. Some people who make games are really good at getting dressed up. Other people, they're not so good at that. And it's fun to be like, corduroy jacket, huh? Interesting choice.
Man,
good stuff. That's why I watch it. I watch it for the fashion souls.
I was Giant Bomb does this thing called game tapes where they go back and look at old conferences and rewatch them and stuff. And there was one from 2005 when they announced the Xbox 360. That is a amazing conference to watch for a myriad of reasons. One of them being the fashion. Another one being the fact that they have a female avatar who they refer to as a female avatar, but they say that she's not there to play games. She's there to make crafts and sell them on Xbox Live. And they really just nailed down the fact that the female's really not going to play games, but they're going to sell stuff on the marketplace. That's what they can do. The entire time you're just like, wow, 2005. What? Okay. All right. That's it's pretty remarkable. It's pretty remarkable. I recommend watching that conference if you want to just feel bad. Or laugh at bad fashion as well. It was the year of hoodies and suits, like suits on top of it. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, you always you could very easily make E3 fashion bingo out of like people who obviously got their first haircut in like a year, like they get their haircut for E3 and then that's it. weird shoe choices with the rest of the outfit. Some people will have a total outfit together, and then they're wearing like just the weirdest shoes, like Crocs, and then like a suit. And this happens a lot. Weird jewelry or accessories. The hoodie is a big one. I like the esports uniform. The like graphic tee and though that one you didn't see much last year.
You didn't really. You didn't. It's a shame.
Unless you were working with DJ Weed, which saw it every day, probably.
I think he invented that outfit.
He
so
probably
we
did,
can't really.
Well,
yeah, we can't really give him shit for that one.
Let's be real here. Wheat has an outfit and has had an outfit for anything he's ever hosted for about 20 years, and it's that fucking StarCraft 2 Terran Jinx jacket that he wears, and that's it.
Yeah.
I think Zeke actually has it. And that's
I'm
what
gonna
he's
be
currently
twinsies with
Yeah.
him. I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring
You
it
should.
and be twinsies.
You should totally
Yeah,
do
ask the other people I'll show.
that. Okay. All right.
I do really like. I think you can rely on Wheat to wear the Swan Song T-shirt. That's I see that one a lot.
He does.
Yeah. He wears that a lot.
On Wheat.
Yeah.
He wears that one.
does
That's
like that shirt.
mainstay of the outfit.
Never
But see, like
recorded
this is the
story
kind of
one.
thing. This is what I love. This is what I love about E3 is that there's like cool video game news and stuff, but there are going to be people who are better at that stuff. Why don't we have E3 fashion reports? I'm gonna start one. I'm just gonna start doing it this year.
You should get it
should.
trending. That'd be great.
Yeah,
That'd be
I'm
good.
gonna do it.
I know nothing about fashion, but I'd commentate on fashion.
That reminds me of the one time that I decided to co-host, or rather co-commentate a Miss USA pageant that Anna Prosser was in, and that was a lot of fun because we had no idea what we were talking about.
Very nice.
So our next contestant's got
I
says here,
did.
two legs.
Yeah,
I see two legs on the. It's nice. You got one there.
I did,
Another one
however,
good
get
check.
Miss Hawaii to tweet at me an image that she wrote herself, but I did not get her number, so it was a swing and a miss ultimately. I thought I connected on it, but no, it did not. It did not. Anyways,
I bought the exact one. It's like the
I know.
exact Jinx jacket. It's
They-
got like
yeah.
the Jinx skull on it and stuff.
they actually don't make that anymore, to my knowledge, or at least they don't in wheat size or something like that. I
At
forget.
eBay.
Yeah.
Edition,
Okay.
though.
That's right. Anyways, Max, what have you been up to? How's last week been treating you?
Perfect segue. Speaking of eBay, I eBayed something from my past that because the one that I have is broken. It was the first HD camera that I bought myself or got a hold of, and it is this. It is the Kodak ZI6. Hold on, not impressed yet. I see.
Well,
Ha!
Why would you
You
eBay
and
old
me.
tech? What's the thought process here?
The thought process is I thought it'd be fun, and also I'm gonna probably start a video like that'll go up on YouTube, just kind of talking about that old stuff, and start the vlog recording with this thing, and then show some of that old footage from the previous videos and stuff. And
Does that
It's
even
neat,
do
man.
HD?
yeah, 720p.
720. What's that? 720 24.
Man,
Yeah, probably. It's old school 720p.
we can
There's,
throw it back to that Xbox conference because that's what they talked about the entire time. In true HD 720p, just nonstop.
Oh,
What did I
yeah,
see?
God,
I watched
they
a
were
movie.
talking
I
about
watched a
crazy.
movie trailer that had an ad at the beginning for HD DVDs, which I forgot were a thing.
Yeah,
I was very excited about that. That big
They
ugly red
Betamax.
logo.
yeah,
Yeah.
This
We got a few of
This
those in the
has,
pawn shop.
yeah.
this has a little switch on it. See right there, it's set on mountains. You can't see, but so if you just like want everything to be in focus, then you switch that bitch up, and then it's a flower, and you get real close to flowers and things, and you can see. Bees
Are those
really
the only
close
two
and
focal
clear.
options?
Those are the only
Macro
two
and
focal
landscape.
options. Yeah.
What? There's no mid focus. What the hell?
When did
So what
that
do you
come
do
out?
if you're like-
2003, 2004, something like that?
I don't fucking remember. It says somebody wants to look up the Kodak ZI6 and figure out when that came out. This is a good little
Well-
camera, all right?
Those two symbols are still on like the Logitech like webcam software. Like
Well,
the
sure.
mountain and the flower, they're still like
Yeah.
the big and the small like icons.
That's true. That's true. I'm waiting for chat
Yeah.
to see if anyone posts see if they got their Google fingers working.
It's a substantial display too. You can see a lot. Yeah.
It's a
But it's funny though. 'cause
substantial display.
You're used to recording like this now, right? Because everything's like, but you record it like that.
Man, talking about recording like this, I had a terrible moment last night where I filmed the end of the fucking hockey game that I was out, and this and then I tried to post it afterwards, and I was ashamed. It was a rough time.
Well, I mean that's
a rough
fine
time.
for Instagram, right? Instagram stories are all like that, so you could have put it in that venue, but any other form of sharing that video,
unless
made
you
a
put
grave
some,
mistake.
some news Gaussian blur on the side there and just repeat the thing in the
That's so
background.
much work.
That's how you deal with that.
It's so much work.
Yeah.
Anyways.
If you have true video editing skills, it's not that hard. You don't have a mobile editor with you when you're at a stadium.
Is there a like video editing mobile software? What do you use? I know there's a ton, but I just don't know what's good.
I don't really use any, but
Adobe Rush is pretty good if you're doing just like cutting and volume control and crossfades and stuff. If you don't have to do anything too fancy, there's another one that's like a recording and editing program that's pretty popular, but I never used it. It's video something.
Yeah,
but yeah, you just use Rush because you get it if you have a cloud subscription or whatever.
Anytime I've wanted to do any video edit, I'm like, oh, I could fix that in post, but then I'm like, fuck, I gotta edit it on the phone. I'm not gonna do that.
That's about where I was.
Yeah, unless it's like actually for like a vlog or something that I'm putting like a bigger video that I'm gonna compile all the footage later. I won't fuck with it. But yeah. There's something else I was gonna say.
I don't remember.
Nope. Don't know what it is.
Gone. All right. It's out of here. Mr. DansGaming. How's that water?
Cold.
It's cold. We can like barely hear you. How are you so quiet?
You're coming a little quiet. Is it the cold water?
That better?
Yeah, it's getting better. Keep pumping it up.
That better?
It's better.
Yeah,
that's good. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good. Anyways, it was cold. Is that what I
filtered?
Heard?
Yeah,
straight out the tap, Britta.
Water.
What are we talking here? Yeah.
Is it out of a water bottle?
Water bottle.
How many hydrogen molecules you got over there?
Yeah.
I like ice cold water, but I don't have ice at the office, so I refill water bottles and put them in the fridge so they're ice cold.
Man. What is this dungeon that the Nerd Fusion office is? No ice? What?
There's no freezer here. I know.
No freezer?
You guys got a Brita? No freezer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
the only
repeat
fridge we have is one that Budweiser sent us. It just chills drinks.
Wow.
That's like an influencer nightmare. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
There's no freezer or fridge. There's just like a Red Bull fridge, and that's it.
Yeah, you can drink as much Red Bull as you want. It comes right out of the tap. But if you want to take a shower, it's in Red Bull.
Yeah.
So, welcome to influencer hell.
Red Bull, it's got what bodies crave.
Oh God.
The room has no oxygen, but you're just vaping all the time.
Jesus.
Just constantly breathing in.
You guys have like a staff meeting. You're like, so can we get a freezer maybe? Listen, Dan, the day they sponsor us a freezer is when we get one.
We need to get Maytag on the line right now.
You like Hot Pockets or something that's frozen.
That's true.
Why does this building have no emergency exits? Listen, we didn't get a sponsorship from emergency exits. So if there's a fire, you're all dead. And while you're dying, you are legally obligated to yell Doritos every 4 seconds until you die. Thanks for coming to the office, everybody.
Dan mentioned
Go out and get
frozen
that
Hot
cheddar.
Pockets, and I just imagined that's the ice. They just shove a Hot Pocket into a drink
Yeah.
to keep it cold. And that's
Hey, that beer's looking a little warm. Why don't you jam a frozen
There
Hot
you
Pocket in there?
Yeah, the cheese really adds to the flavor.
Man, that's good.
Slowly melted frozen cheese.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Good.
What have you been up to, Dan?
I've been playing Yakuza 0 for the first time. It's been really fun.
I feel like
that
Zeke
game.
and you are about to have a connection. It's finally happened.
Yeah.
There's a shared.
I've never really played the Yakuza series before, but it's my first one, and it's never realized how like well acted it is, and how hilarious the side missions and stuff are, and how fun the mini games are. It's like such a great combo of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's becoming more popular in the West because it's really good series.
You play the PC version?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
gotta have those 60 frames.
You do. Yep. What are you singing a lot? You doing a lot of karaoke? The best part? The only part I know about, really?
Today I trained a dominatrix on how to be a better dominatrix,
Sure.
and then
Good side quest. It's a really
Very
good
nice.
one.
did some karaoke and some disco, and about to get to the cabaret. I heard that cabaret is the best part. Did a cat fight as well, where you cheer as a ladies are fighting it out in underwear.
Foxy boxing, as we call it here stateside.
Made $100 million on my bet on that one. It was good.
Damn.
100 million yen.
Now,
I was just say, let's scale it back. It's 100 million yen, so less
Sounds
good.
cooler the other way though.
yeah, from
$1
one
million.
from one video game gambling connoisseur to another, is it better than Dragon Quest XI slot machines?
It's
Hard to compare.
I think in Dragon Quest it's different stakes.
Okay.
Like there's no there's not a lot of loot and stuff, and because there's some, but it's like Dragon Age. You get it's different. I haven't seen like any pure casino games yet.
Okay.
There's been mahjong and stuff, but nothing. I haven't seen like a casino thing yet.
Well, you haven't found like poker or roulette or anything like that?
No, not yet.
Okay. I mean, it's not a huge spoiler. They're in the game, but yeah, you'll eventually find them. And I spent quite a bit of time in those places. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the real estate mini game and like all those other, like every time you go around a corner, there's another mini game you discover, another little side quest you discover. It's awesome. I really like it.
That sounds like Yakuza to me.
You're awesome, Dan. I like you.
Whoa. Max dropping
Max.
the big
with that
compliments.
positivity.
Max dropping the kind.
Someone's getting that heel today in game. He's working for it.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. I sense
That was
hesitation
very
and doubt right
dramatic.
there.
Yeah,
I got to
don't
pass
know.
the religion
It's
test,
That's true.
It's gambling in and of itself.
That is true.
Takes a slot for the day. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, are you slot worthy?
it's like an old episode of Seinfeld.
Exactly. I've been watching the hell out of Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Really?
Nice.
Oh,
I watched
speaking of
that.
that,
So
Every day
Ramus,
it is
Ramus
so
is just
good.
gonna be like, so what's the deal with resurrection spells?
Christ.
Berg just enters the room randomly,
Robin
just some like bass jams, boom, boom,
Yep.
boom, boom. Berg into it. Good. This is the Seinfeld.
Ramus
episode,
tells me
of
something
course.
outrageous. Get out!
Yeah, right. Because obviously,
Why
Broken
are you
Promises is
so
the lane.
stupid?
Yeah, I'm Elaine. Yeah.
We'll just eventually maybe we'll do like episode 200. We'll just do it in the vein of Seinfeld, where the entire episode just happens in
Oh
the
my
Seinfeld
God.
world. It'll be great.
Seinfeld one shot.
I would just love to see Berg like bust in the door, like, giddy up, like leave. Yeah. Speaking of that, I actually picked up Veep. I got like there's a 7-day free like HBO
How
trial
is
on
that?
Amazon.
I've heard it's all right.
I'm enjoying it. I think it's really good. It's funny. It's got a lot of familiar faces if you know like a Bright Citizens Brigade or like some of the like Second City improv people and stuff like that, alongside of Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Right.
And I mean, and people that come in and out. Like they have lots of cameos from lots of different like comedic actors and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
It's really good. It's easy to watch. It's nothing like overly thought provoking because it is at base a comedy, but it's a great comedy. I think it's worth a watch for sure.
I might need to watch.
And it's something I like because I don't have to watch it super intently, like Chernobyl, which I tried, and I was just like, I can watch one episode of this.
Yeah, that
I
demands
can
your
watch one
attention.
episode. I have to walk away and think about shit and life and
I still
that
haven't
stuff.
seen that, and everybody keeps talking
done.
about it like it's so intense. and
It's so
crazy.
good. It's so fucking
Yeah.
good.
Episode 6 was last
is-
night, the final one.
It is in competition with The Wire for like my favorite TV show. I gotta watch Chernobyl like 6 or 7
A
more
lot of
times, but
people have said it's their favorite
so
TV show of all
good.
time. People
I've
have
never seen The
said
Wire.
it's better than The Sopranos. Multiple
But I
people
know
have
people.
said that.
I know people hold The Wire in high regard.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The Wire.
Oh,
I
episode
I
5,
have
sorry.
said for years. I've said for years that The Wire is my favorite TV show. I watched every episode after the second one, like as soon as it aired, and aside from like a few little bits and pieces, I think it was like nearly perfect. Like the way it was shot was amazing, the soundtrack was amazing, all the acting is fantastic. It's so fucking good. But like I said, I gotta watch it. I gotta let it settle. Watch it a couple more times.
Yeah.
But if you are even a little bit on the fence, definitely check it out. It's really good.
Makes sense.
I have a completely random question for you guys. Do you remember this Goosebumps cover?
Yes.
Yes.
That's all my question was. I don't have a follow-up.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
It popped up in my Twitter feed. I was like, oh, fuck, I remember that.
I have a relevant question to Chernobyl. Is it better than Home Improvement? Serious question.
We'd have to begin by understanding what makes a TV show good. And I think that in their own ways, both Chernobyl and Home Improvement are excellent. Home Improvement does have that nested TV show within a TV show thing. And Jonathan Taylor Thomas isn't in Chernobyl, though he should have been. Hard to say.
But where's this
both of them have that
comparison
retro
coming
appeal.
Because Home Improvement's the best TV show of all time in my mind. So
Pretty good.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then you're not saying that like as a joke, right?
no, the only thing that competes with it is Friday Night Lights in my mind.
I knew you
Okay.
like Friday Night Lights. I'm surprised to hear that.
Because Home Improvement was a fucking great show.
Oh no, it was a
Formulaic,
phenomenal
but
show. I'm not.
I enjoyed it every
there's
time I
zero
watched it.
sarcasm in my statement when I say.
I would
that.
have to say,
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
You should. Someone clued me into a collection of Tim Allen grunts from every episode of Home Improvement on YouTube the other day. It's really good. It's. You should watch it.
I love it. I went back and watched the stand-up again. Now,
There's
while
a,
it doesn't
That's
age
like-
well as far as sensitivity goes,
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah. Tim Allen's kind of a piece of shit
it's
these
still,
days.
it's no. I mean, like like back in the
Oh,
day, like
oh,
it was like
okay,
the
okay.
it was like the early
Sure.
'90s, and
When he was
you
still
know,
doing coke.
people were
Yeah.
saying words now that are taboo, or words then that are taboo now. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
But if you can like forgive it for its era, it's fucking good stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was great. He was a fucking
Allen.
hilarious guy.
It's Tim Allen, man. Anyways, Adam, I'm losing my voice even more. What have you been up to, Adam?
I went on a little vacation to Salt Spring Island over the weekend on a couple of days. When you live in the western part of British Columbia, you can get on a ferry and there's like a scattering of islands of varying tininess. And so, I got an Airbnb and just went out there and enjoyed some nature. It was nice. It was nice to get away. However, I forgot that this is the time of year where my body and the earth collude in attempting to murder me.
You got to be careful.
And I spent pretty much all of the last day that I was there just like sneezing over and over until I wanted to die.
Worst.
It's so bad. And every year somehow I manage to forget where I'm like, nope, I'm fine. It's fine. I'm good. And then the spring comes around. It's just like, here is some tree ejaculate. Now
Yep.
die. Just die, human. And it's not, it's not
How many
fun.
in a row do you
The
think
trip
you
was
did?
nice, though.
Like sneezing.
Oh God. Enough that I was
Glad
like,
you added the
like-
clarification because my mind went, how many times did you let the tree ejaculate?
How many times did you
Just
let it
like
ejaculate
an
on you?
infinite amount of times. You don't have a choice. You're just walking
it's just
around
there.
in
It's
it
constant.
all day, every day. It's a floating field.
Yeah.
Like it would be
To
as
steal
if
from
when
chat,
you,
it was tree-cocky is the technical
Trikake.
term.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. That's what we should rename the springtime.
I
Trikake.
can't not picture the trees all being like gross, looking like. Just all
Yeah.
around.
Imagine if you
Just
you
looks like
ejaculated
Phil
vapor.
from Aqua Teen Hunger
It's like
Force.
that. Yeah. Just. And then you just have to walk around in it all day. It's not good. It's not a good feeling. And then your immune system thinks that you've been poisoned by nature. And so it just decides, like, you know what? We're just going to evacuate. Just abandon ship. Just get all the fluids. Just get them going. And we'll get that poison out. But there never was any poison in the first place. Stupid body. You don't know anything. So, yeah,
true.
I think now that I've returned, it took a while to fully recover from that incident. But the visit was nice. I'm not a big like nature guy. Like I don't like going for hikes necessarily or whatever, but I do appreciate the majesty of nature occasionally when I am confronted with it. So I was like, there were several times where I was like, oh, look at that cliff. It's the ocean. Trees. Cool.
That's how it goes.
It was nice to get away from things for a little while, but otherwise just gearing up for E3, doing Farverona stuff. Keeping on, man.
Cool.
Are
Yeah.
you guys as excited? Are you going to E3, JP? I would imagine no, right?
No.
'Cause when's the last E3 you went to?
Never been. Never gonna
That's
go though. I
surprising.
know exactly what happens on the show floor. I don't want to go. I've heard every
That's true.
story.
That's fair though. That's fair. And even more, I was going to ask just for those who have been before and now, because I haven't gone since it became a public event, and I don't really care to. Ish.
Yeah.
Like, is before it was different in terms of like you could actually play games and you were amongst like other like business people in the industry and stuff. And not that it's a bad thing that it's open to the public, but it's a bad thing that it's open to the public.
Oh,
Yeah.
nope, took it back.
It was just like PAX. It was just like wall to wall people.
PAX. No, it's another PAX.
Lines,
So from
yeah.
Did you go
everywhere.
last year, Dan?
I went the first year they did public.
2 years ago.
A couple years ago.
I think it was 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was just like PAX.
It's pretty. They're
You
trying
call
to turn
me
it into
trying
PAX,
to-
yeah.
gatekeep or whatever, but man, it is so much worse than I've heard than from what it was. And I don't even need to go to know that because I've done PAX. I've known that. That's why I went to E3.
Yeah.
For
Some would
being
say
able to
that
actually have a different experience.
the influencer age of gaming made E3 worse in the terms of who's actually on the show floor. So
True.
Yeah.
True. Absolutely. Yeah, because then everybody everybody tried to figure out how they could sneak their way into E3 by being X influencer from this fake, outlet or whatever,
Yep.
Plenty of stories of people doing that. When I went, I was a legitimate professional who had important opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like any company
Now
now
look
can
at
just
you.
do a 24-hour countdown on Twitch of some weird thing and then reveal something at the end and get just as many views as they probably would have at E3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also too, just the sheer amount of people that were there. Like E3 was still busy when I went, but there was space to walk around. Like there
It's
was
not the
you
same
did
anymore.
not feel crowded. Like
Yeah. Everything that I've heard about it is that it's basically PAX in terms of it's shoulder to shoulder, just people standing around.
that's the thing. I don't need to go to that.
Yep.
And it's usually a better experience to watch that. I mean, I guess you're part of the hype when the conferences happen and stuff, and that's kind of cool. But you could also see all that stuff in better resolution at home and do the thing that you do. Just like make an event of it on your own channel and create your own content talking about it. So.
It's very true. It's very true.
Whatever. This isn't drop frames. I almost made it.
You almost made it to the big show, Max. That's what this is.
I've been there a few times.
Before we move on, we should state 2 things. One, I lost my voice at a hockey game last night, so if anyone asks in the chat, just constantly regurgitate that info.
Did anyone find it?
Not yet. They're still looking for it. It was lost
Yeah,
around the third.
Why you
period.
gotta embarrass me in front of the internet like this?
Yeah.
Ah.
It was lost.
I'm
around
gonna
the
go
third
chat
period.
with my friends on AIM, Dad.
God. I told my friends you were cool. I played video games. You have to embarrass me.
There was a cool dad, by the way, who was 2 seats to my right because when they scored the goal that pushed them 3-2, there's this weird thing where it's not weird. It's weird to me because I'm a nerd and I don't go any places. At sporting events, when the home team scores and the crowd just fucking freaks out and goes crazy, myself included, everyone starts high-fiving each other and doing chest. It was a weird thing. There was chest bumps. People were like picking other people up and like hugging them and shit. The guy next to me and his wife, they were probably in like their 60s or 70s. And they scored and everyone was freaking the fuck out, like high-fiving. And we went like this and looked at each other. And I go, it's all right, man. You can put your hand up. And he goes, fuck yeah. And he put his hand up. We like high-fived.
That's a nice moment.
I love that he was just like, do you want to do this? I was like, do it. Put your hand up.
That's a good moment.
Why
that's nice.
do birds suddenly appear?
Yeah, so it was good.
So wholesome.
Yeah, it was a very wholesome moment. But in doing so, I lost my voice. It was very, I've been in a lot of loud spots and places before. It all pales in comparison to last night. It was unbelievably loud when the arena got fucking loud. Like,
Ever been in a fucking Japanese pachinko parlor?
I would assume it's similar. I would assume
It's a cacophony. It's like, you've heard like the drum roll on a snare drum, right? Like that
yeah.
sound. It's that times a billion million.
I mean, the blue.
It's
Wow.
horrible. People in there consistently bring in earplugs or headphones
Yeah.
because they can't hear anything.
There was a lot of people wearing earphones last night. Anyone that was like under like 15 or 16 years old, they were wearing headphones for sound safety and all that stuff. It was unrealistically loud multiple times, but it was awesome at the same time. So
I'm looking up pachinko parlor right now.
yeah, just play some, find some YouTube rips of it. It'll be good. That'd be good. Secondly, if you're watching on mobile and you're watching live, the roleplay character sheet extension now works, so you can pull that up. It is on the purple bar on the right-hand side. You should see a little Court of Swords icon. You can click that and bring up our respective character sheets. For now, though, let's do a recap of what happened last week. And we've already done goals, so we don't have to do those. We can just jump straight into play and see how Zeke's new characters die right after this. After this recap.
Last time on Court of Swords.
Here we go.
Previously on Court of Swords. Too much talk, too little action has, it seems, been consigned to the Wolf Pit. That hellish hole where the fool in verse keeps his prisoners here in opportunity. It is a near impossible prison to escape, and the cost to free little action will be steep. Maharib insists whatever deal they make, it includes the body of their ally, Yotazo. Broken Promises makes good and delivers some new gear for the party's warriors, and goes to meet an old friend for help. Maharib and Amira have a sad talk about an old sword. Elsewhere, Still Hands holding a large knife and his old friend Broken Promises hash out a deal. She'll hand over her intelligence network in exchange for being smuggled out of the city. A high price, but not so high for one leaving the whole world behind. Broken Promises asks around about the Wolf Pit, and somehow, the wrong someone hears about it. The party debates what to do about Yotazo's body, ultimately realizing their own lives are worth more than a dead Gaja. A tragic conclusion to come to, but a valuable lesson learned in the void. A messenger arrives. An ally in the Fool's Court wants to meet her in an old chapel. She goes, and the ally turns out to be a rival instead, one with murderous intent. Broken Promises faces him and his thralls all alone as the party rushes to save her. But will they arrive in time?
No, don't start the fucking intro. God damn it, shit.
Again, I want to see it again.
Actually, we don't do a show now. We just do the pre-show, then the intro, then the recap, then another pre-show, 2 more intros, a recap of the episode 2 episodes ago.
Yep.
Then we go into the secondary post-show, and then we're done.
Ow. It's true. Those are all true statements.
Thanks for supporting our Patreon.
Let's find out if Zeke's dead. Let's just get into it.
All right. All right.
Fine.
So we tune in with a battle in progress. Ramus, Maharib, Berg, and Amira are all rushing to the scene of the scried crime, watching Unfailing Redeemer of Broken Promises trying to fight off this rival. So I've got a timer going for everybody who's running. So I'm gonna just keep on keeping track of that. Berg, you are well in the lead to arrive on scene, but everybody else is making their way. So
downtown,
Ramus, you're
Hound. God damn it. I thought just once we'd get past it without.
It's good.
Sorry.
It's good.
hope
So
your
in
voice
real
doesn't
life,
bastard.
JP is the one that has advantage on initiative.
Thank you.
So Ramus, you run. You are running. You do a run. So meanwhile, inside, Broken Promises has summoned the what is the technical name of this thing? The Shadow Hound? Shadow Wolf?
The Hound of Ill Omen.
Hell yeah.
I know, right?
Cool.
So fucking emo. It's
Man, we should have gotten
The
sponsored by Good
Hound-
Omens this week. That would have.
The Hound of Good Omens, available now on Amazon. Check it out. You cannot summon it unless we have a sponsorship. All right, we talked about this.
That's true. That's very true.
So Donnie the Dorito Vampire is attacking you with 14 delicious D20s.
Yeah.
All right, so
chilling his
Mountain
drink.
Dew Ray cannot be withheld.
Chilling his drink with a hot pocket, freshly out of the freezer.
that's right. The vampire walks over to you seductively and says, "Your drink looks warm. Let me cool it off," and erotically puts a hot pocket in your glass.
I throw up an ice shield made of Madrina's coffee.
There you go. Boom.
Perfect. Good.
Lovely.
Fantastic. Very subtle. Good stuff. It's like it's the 50s. So you have summoned your Hound of Ill Omen to protect you from this rival and his goons. So let's see how the Hound holds up. The goon closest to you lashes out a claw. So these people, these are folks. You've seen these before. There are those in the Court of the Void who are able to eventually, through continually working their magic on weak minds, eventually break them and replace them with personalities of their own. Kind of in the same way that when someone dies, they can forget things. People can use their magic, enchanters and what have you, can use their magic to affect the malleable minds of the people of the void. And in this case, these two are basically mindless thralls. They do whatever their master tells them. And in this case, their master tells them to kill. So they're going to start making some attacks. I think that the Hound is the clear and present danger here. So the creature near you, the wastrel, attacks with 2 claw attacks. The AC of this thing is 14. So when you have 14 to hit. So here's the first attack. It is a 25 for 5 damage. And the second attack is an 18 for 9. So two hits that strike true, and your Hound begins to weaken. Now, I should be able to, let me take a look at the character sheet here. I should be able to just turn this over to you to keep track of. Here you are. And the Hound begins the turn or begins action with more hit points because of your spell, right?
Yeah, it gets half of a bonus temporary hit points of half my level. So 12 is my level, so it gets +6.
Excellent. Okay, cool. So it begins strengthened. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So
Oh, and also
so it does 5 and then 9. And sorry, you had something else?
Nope, I'll wait till its turn. I'll wait till the wolf's turn.
Okay. And no, does it have a unique turn of its own, or does it go on your turn?
I believe it has a unique because I don't think I can control the thing. What it is I summon it, give it a target, and it basically like hounds it until that target is dead, which I realize I might have fucked up because I should have hounded the main dude. But I was trying to escape.
This will keep this lady off you. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll get to that. Okay. All right. So I'll add the wolf to the initiative, and we'll go from there. Okay. All right. So that's this one. The other.
Let me put this in the chat so you can have it.
Perfect.
It's got a long description.
Yes.
It's huge. I'm frightened by a lot of words.
It was the best of hounds. It was the worst of hounds.
All
right. So
that bonus
the second,
just for me, so I know it's a bonus action.
Right.
The second creature, the second thrall runs over and does the same. So they're going to try to attack this hound for now.
Okay.
So first attack is a miss. Second attack is also a miss. Okay, so this thing's shadowy form is hard to get a hold of. The first one was able to injure it, but the second one only just gets handfuls of dust and wind. It is your turn, Broken Promises. What would you like to do?
Excellent. So I'm at the door, right? And
yeah, you've run over to the door. You just ended your last turn right next to it.
Now let me ask you this: if I wanted to, like basically check the door, could I use my movement to like back into the door and see if it would open up, or is that something that I have to like? Because was there a lock on it when I like opened it the first time, or? I
think normally the situation would be that you would use an object, but that's like a full action. So that would be like if you had to take out a key and unlock the door. I think part of your move is you realize the door is locked, and it's not locked by any internal mechanism, but it opens. The door opens, but only about 2 inches, and then there's a rattling, and you can see dark iron chains hanging on the outside of the door.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it opens like a little crack, and then.
Perfect. So I noticed that, and I look. There's like a melee going on in front of me with this hellhound and these two weirdos. And I kind of like use that as a shield against in case he has to he's gonna throw something or fireball. So fireball like everything or whatever. So I'm kind of like staying behind them, but I look directly at and what was his name again?
I can't remember. I went to. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Leash is what is the short version of it. It was leash snap tight. That's
there you
right.
go.
There
Leash
it is.
snap
I was
tight.
looking for it earlier. I couldn't find it. Yeah.
Like I look at him and I say like, it seemed only right that there's a dog for a dog like you. Now it's time for you to be let off the leash and let go. And I just summon all like the biggest magical power that I can summon and throw like the disintegrate spell like right at him.
Nice.
And
I like it.
on top of that, I'm going to be using the use 3 sorcery points to make it a heightened spell, which means he gets disadvantage on the saving throw.
All right.
And this disintegrates like an all or nothing saving throw, I think.
It deals a shit ton of damage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10d6 plus 40 damage, 40 force damage.
Can you?
So prior
paste the spell?
to that being
Uh-oh.
prior to that being able to occur,
Yeah.
so you start casting your spell, conjuring up the shadows, snarling, and as you do, your foe is chanting in counterpoint, attempting to negate each arcane syllable of your speech. So he taps 2 blue mana and 1 other mana, and then
Sorry.
he's gonna make a
I guess so.
check. So counterspell, you attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, the spell fails. It's not, right? Because it's like 4th or 5th level. If it is 4th level or higher, make an ability check using a spellcasting ability. DC is 10 plus the spell's level. So what is
6.
the level of the spell? 6? Okay, so it's a DC 16. This guy is a +8 on this roll.
Can you give him disadvantage on this?
220 plus.
Now, the heightened spell is a little bit weird about that as far as that goes. It says, give one target of the spell disadvantage on its first saving throw. So this is not a saving throw.
It is not a saving throw. No, it is a spell casting roll. All right. Okay. All right. So we got that 16 exactly. So you fire this bolt of darkness, and as the bolt hurls towards the creature, he counters it with a spell of its own, and the wisps of shadow dissipate before they reach.
So that takes my action, yeah.
Yes.
Does it?
Yeah.
So So the counter spell not only like disintegrates, not only fizzles what I was going to do, but it also eats my action as well.
Yeah, because you cast the spell, and then he disintegrates the spell. It uses his reaction and stops yours. Now you can still use your bonus action, and you can move, but the actual full action is done.
Okay, so I don't need to use that heightened spell then, right?
You do, because you heighten it. You heighten it when you cast it.
When you cast the spell, okay.
Yes, which you just
okay.
did.
So I lost my sorcery points and my spell. Okay.
Yes, counterspell sucks.
Yeah. Apparently.
Do you want to do anything with your bonus action?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, I do. Now, as far as countering the spell, does that mean I can't cast another spell, right?
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Unless it can be cast as a bonus action, but yeah,
right.
If you can.
No, unless it's a cantrip, right? There's no 2 spells in 1 turn.
Right.
That's like the rule. That's like the rule.
Right.
Okay. Let's see here. There was something I was gonna do. I just gotta remember what it was. Now I cannot twin that spell.
No, because you have to do that when you're casting it. And even if you had, the counterspell would have canceled both.
Oh, it would have.
Yes, because it doesn't make it 2 spells. It makes it 1 spell with two targets.
So when JP was saying counterspell is basically the best spell utility spell to have for a spellcaster to have, he
It's
he
an
was
incredibly useful
absolutely
spell.
correct. It's an incredibly
Yeah,
useful spell.
It takes up a
and
third level
it-
slot, but it's
Yep.
yeah, you can use a reaction to counter someone else casting a spell.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I'm not fucking around, Zeke, ever. You should listen to what I say.
No, it reminds me of Magic. It's so annoying and frustrating, and I'm boiling right now.
That's how it goes, without a doubt.
Yep. Hold on. I can do a quicken spell.
Right. Because it makes it a bonus action, right?
Yeah, but it would be a quicken spell for a cantrip. And I don't know if that would be different. That would be necessarily worth it. Okay. Well, since I'm already within 5 feet of this guy, I'm going to go ahead and just like position myself like even more behind him, since it won't. Because I'm already within his attack thing. Hopefully won't provoke an attack of opportunity.
No, yeah, you're fine. Because the other one's not close enough to provoke you. Yep. Okay. All right. So Maharib, you are
We run him.
running for it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. So this dude. Let me see. What does he got left for spells?
That was some good chair creak.
Okay.
I enjoyed that.
He is
That was a door
so.
opening, actually.
He
Dungeons and
he
stuff.
starts to cast a spell. He begins to weave magic in the air, and you can see the greenish light of like juice flickering from his veins into his hands. It is clear that this is not like, you know, this guy decently well, and he is not this accomplished a spellcaster. Like, he should not be able to be stomping on you like this. Something is going on, and you can see as he's casting, his eyes and his veins are like glowing through with juice. And he casts a spell, and he outstretches his hand, and a bolt of this greenish white light leaps from his fingertips to attempt to strike you. So let me throw this in here. How long does this last? This lasts for up to a minute. Okay.
Now, would this be something that I could affect with armor class or not?
Yes, I have to make an attack roll. Yeah.
Okay.
So
then
let
I
me
will
see
use my reaction to do shield.
Okay. So what does that make your armor class?
+5, so 16.
6, a wizard battle, right? So he's conjuring up the spell, and as you hear him incanting the syllables, you recognize the bits and pieces that let you recognize an attack is coming. What does your magical shield look like?
Well, okay, so what happens when I get this spell ready and I'm ready to cast it? I'm like, he fucking fizzled my shit. And you just hear her hiss, like, and then you see him throw something back, and she just goes like, with her like cape, you see like, it's like a spidery crystalline web, just
Cool.
like right in front of her,
awesome.
because it's just like, nothing, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pictured it really cool, man.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, so as Chad is pointing out, you can cast shield after the attack roll. So let me roll first,
Okay.
and then you can decide if you want to invoke it or not. So let me see, and we can work the description into like, if it misses, it's kind of the same thing, but it's not a full spell. Like, you know, you use magic and shadows to protect yourself all the time. So.
Okay.
Okay, so for attack rolls, it is 8. Okay. All right, so this is not going to last, but let's see if they hit. It is an 18. An 18.
Okay, so it wouldn't even matter if I put up my shield.
So you wouldn't need, you wouldn't need to
+12.
you wouldn't need to evoke it. Yes, yeah. So there's, like I said, this guy is like glowing from the inside with all kinds of ridiculous power. So cool. So it cuts through the beginnings of the shield, doesn't use up your shield, but cuts through it and is going to deal you some damage. So you're going to take 18 damage.
Okay.
18, and this is radiant damage, if it makes any difference.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. And I think, how far away is he from you? Perfect. Okay. So he doesn't move. So he's basically pulling the Emperor Palpatine, right? This like juice lightning continues. So he's just like firing it into you, and then like a whip wrapped around your soul, he's just pouring this energy into you and zapping your body. So he stays where he is and just continues to like blast you with it. All right, your wolf may go. What is it gonna do?
No, the wolf is on one target and one target only until that target's dead. I believe that's how it works.
Yeah.
Because that in the description it doesn't say anything else.
Okay. All right. So yeah, go ahead and you can roll for it if you want, or I can do it. You should have access to the character sheet.
Let me get that.
Hold shift and double left click the wolf.
Yep, got her.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So the wolf will attempt to bite. Right? Does it get 2 attacks?
It gets 1, but it has advantage.
Okay. And a bite is DC 13 strength save or must be knocked or will be knocked prone.
Yep. So it bites and then can try to drag them to the ground.
Sure. So we'll do a bite.
Okay. Yeah, 14 is a hit.
Okay. And 13 piercing damage. Wow, pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And then strength save to or be knocked prone for that dude.
Okay. Gets a 5.
Wow.
And as a result,
Nice.
is indeed knocked prone.
Okay. And it's not
cool.
gonna move. It's just gonna keep nipping at that dude.
Yeah. And now that it's prone, the next attack that it gets before this thing gets up has advantage, so on and so forth. All right. So it is dragged down. Berg and Amira and Ramus all continue rushing to the scene of the action. All right. So the weakened, the one that got its legs pulled out from under it, it's going to leap to his feet, and then 4 attacks, 2 from each of the wastrels on your wolf. How much damage did it take last turn?
The wolf.
The wolf.
5 and 9, I think. Yeah, 5 and 9. Okay. So it should be at -9. It's at 29 right now.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Wastrel claw attacks. 1, 2. What's its AC? 14. Okay, so 2 hits for another 18.
Yep.
And then, oof. Oh, miss. Okay, so I got an 8 on that one.
Yep.
And a 23 for 7. Okay.
Okay.
All right, it is not dead. Its shadow stuff is being shredded by the talons of these creatures, but it is staying. It's staying in the fight. It is your turn. Broken Promises.
Okay, so I'm going to so that juice lightning just hit me, right?
Yeah, it's still hitting you. You're getting Darth Vadered. Like it's still he's like frying you with it.
So I just like look directly at him like playing with electricity. Have some of your own. And I throw lightning bolt in a line, 100 feet long, 5 feet wide. And let's see here. It goes.
Okay, so a lightning bolt will hit. Yeah, it'll hit your wolf if you fire it. Because it goes through. You can hit your wolf and both of these things if you fire it like that.
All 3, right?
Yeah, because a line. Well, how thick is the line? 10 or 5 feet?
5 feet wide.
Okay, so it's like, let me draw a stupid drawing. So it would be like, if we do it in squares, it's like 1 square, and then like 2, I guess. Lines are complicated in D&D. Yeah, and then it would like.
Well, if I can hit them all with just a,
I think you can.
Just a flat line like this.
Yeah, I think you can just. We'll just do it that way rather than like make it all over complicated. I think that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm adding the wolf back to the initiative modifier. You are toast, my canine friend. Okay, yeah, do it.
And does it say? Hold on one second, just real quick. Bonus action you can spend. I'm just wondering if I could like if there's not it's like a once per day thing that I could summon him, or I just use points to resummon it. I think
it's just points. Yeah.
Yeah, I can just
if you spend if you spend sorcery points to do it, that's what it is.
Yep. Cool. Okay. So, lightning bolt comes out, zaps through 4 things. Just
yeah. And the thing about a lightning bolt is that we think of it as emerging from your hand and zapping out 100 feet, but really it happens very quickly. There's like a bang, and it hits all of them seemingly at once because it's so fast. Because it's a lightning bolt. But yeah, you hit everything in the room, except yourself. So let's make some saving throws.
I don't think I need to roll the attack roll for that.
No, there's no attack roll. It's saving throws. It's a dexterity save. What's your?
It just adds them to my attack thing in my whatever.
Yeah. What's your DC for saving throws?
17. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw.
Right.
Fail for half.
So, wastrel number 1 fails. Wastrel number 2 also fails, both with 16s. Your dire shadow wolf with 4 hit points. Will die no matter what. Yep. Doesn't matter. Rolls a 17, gets the save, so it takes half of whatever. So just roll 7, I guess. And then your enemy here, he has a 21, so he's gonna take half. All right, roll that damage. You should be able to, like a weapon, click on lightning bolt.
Yep. 8d6 coming at you. 26 lightning damage.
Okay. All right. So that almost kills the closest one to you. Like massive amounts of damage. There is a puff of smoke as your direwolf disappears. I'll just go store it over here somewhere. The second one takes the full 26 as well. And then the big guy takes 13. All right. Crash of lightning, and the energy flickers through everything in the room, leaving the 2 thralls howling in pain. You can see the vein burn on one of their chests and then out the back of the other. This guy managed to turn away, so there's a huge scorch mark on the rug, and it caught part of his leg, and he's twitching from the sudden blast of energy.
And then you hear say, "Oh no, doggy, we're not done yet." And the Hound, using my bonus action, the Hound gets on to leash snap tight.
Okay, cool. Let me make I need to make a con save for
make my 3 points
concentration.
down.
Dan, what's the DC on a concentration save? It's 10
DC
plus
10.
DC 10 or half the damage.
Unless it's massive damage, I think it's half damage.
Okay, so
DC 10
but they only took 13, so it is 10. So he's fine. He's okay. All right, I was just checking because Witch Bolt is. So he turns and he's still zapping you with it because he took 13 of that damage. Okay, all right. And then you summon the Hound again, and it appears right in front of him.
Yep.
Okay, cool, good stuff. All right.
I need to calm down. I'm all jacked up. Adrenaline now.
You're alone.
Shouldn't have taken the bath in Red Bull, man. You gotta be careful.
Okay.
Well,
shouldn't and Red Bull don't.
It's the only thing that can clean everything as well, because that acidicness just.
I know.
Mahareeb continues to run. All right. So the wolf, I got to re-roll its initiative because it comes back into combat. It doesn't have a 13. So it has instead, you summoned it on your turn, which was 16. Okay, it's got a 5, which puts it, still gets a turn this pass through. Okay, all right. So there is a shadow wolf on this guy now. He's got the witch bolt on you, so he can use his action to just deal you damage automatically.
Oh, okay. So it's like an electric
on
whip.
You. Yeah, he's got it wrapped around you and it's just pouring the fire into you. Yeah, I think he's gonna just use his action to do that. So let me. And you don't have to concentrate on the shadow thing, so you just take the damage. Okay, so you take 11.
Okay.
So you're getting zapped on, and then let's see. Is there anything for his bonus action he can do? Not just this second. No. Okay. All right. So he is done. Berg and Amira go. All right. The wolf.
Oh, and lest we forget, the Hound of Ill Omen gives anybody that's attacking disadvantage.
Oh, sorry. I gotta disadvantage. Okay. I gotta reroll that damage because it's only the initial damage that's 2d12. So you take 7 instead of 11.
Okay, so 4 more. Okay.
Yeah. For less. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'll
Only take 7.
give myself 4.
Yeah. Just give yourself 4. Okay. All right. So yeah. Anyway, the wolf can go.
All right, Wolf. I hear Wolfie. Is he okay? He's barking. Wolfie's fine, honey. Come on home. All right. So, where is it? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong fucking thing. I'm not looking at the character sheet. There we go. Bite. 17.
17 to hit. Yes, that is sufficient.
Nice.
13 damage and strength. DC 13 strength saving. Just with disadvantage.
Yeah. Let me just see for the Hound of Ill Omen. Does it say anything about medium size counts as a monstrosity? Takes force damage. Automatically knows the location. Okay, so it doesn't. Its attacks are not innately magical. It uses a dire wolf, and it doesn't say that it's extra magic. Okay, all right. So it takes half of that damage, but it still has to make all the saves and stuff. So that's fine. Okay.
Oh, like resistance to normal damage or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it takes 6, and then it's got to make a fall down check, and it is what? Strength save.
13. Yep.
Okay, gets that 13 exactly.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
Not knocked
Double
prone.
13.
He does have to make
Adam.
another DC 10 Constitution save to keep that witch bolt going, which he does not make. So the witch bolt ends. The wolf bites him. And it distracts him enough that the crackling line of energy between the two of you dissipates. Okay. All right. So Ramus continues his little run. Everybody is getting there. Okay. All right. So the wastrels, they enraged, having been electrocuted by you, fall on you, and begin biting on you and what have you. So they're going to, I think, probably. Well, let's start here. Let's go claw first. Okay, so it's a miss, right? Your AC is 11. Okay, second claw attack. That one's a hit for 11.
Okay.
Okay, and then the other wastrel takes a swing with a claw. It's a 23.
You can't put it in the sweet spot, huh?
I know. I'll mention when shield is valid, but these are all too high.
Yeah.
And then 15. So this is where if you want to use your shield, you can deflect that last one.
Yep. So how much have I taken? I've taken 19 so far.
You got hit once for 11. Yeah, once for 8, and that's it.
Yeah.
So 19.
And then I just taken that I'm just watching my hound get it. Like I get a scratch here. I'm not really paying attention. And then the third or second scratch, I'm like, you motherfucking mindless fools. And then the shield comes up and hopefully blocks. Yeah, and it blocks that the last.
Yeah, and so the claws. Yeah, the claws scratch against your shield of shadows, like glass against glass, and the thing recoils, hissing at you and clutching its hand.
No! Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Before that happens, that guy had to go from prone to standing.
That was last turn. But it happened. Why?
Okay, I was wondering if since I was within 5 feet, do I get to
Oh, there's no attacks of opportunity on getting up.
Okay.
No, it's only leaving a threatened area. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so it is your turn. You can do whatever you want.
All right. Well,
I mean, within the constraints of the game.
Right, sure, yeah, absolutely. Then I will. Let's see here. Is this? Now, okay, so I have spells that might not affect creatures of 0 to whatever, like 2 intelligence or whatever. Would I know that these creatures, if these creatures would be affected by that? Like, are they mindless or are they?
Make an Arcana check. This doesn't take an action or anything.
Okay.
Make an Arcana check.
Cool.
We'll see how you do.
6.
You don't know?
Yeah. Yeah. Meh. Okay, that's fine. Then I will. Yeah, I'll just lightning bolt them again, I guess.
Okay.
Wait.
This time I think you can get. Yeah, you can only get 3. Otherwise, it hits the wall. You can get. Well, you can get 2 and accidentally hit 1.
Okay. Yeah, and that's fine. Like that's what he's there for. And then he gets disadvantage as well. So yeah, I'll zap straight through all of them again, and give them the business and the dexterity saving throw.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just that one's dead because it has 2 hit points.
Okay.
So it doesn't. You just reach out and touch that one in the chest, and it blows up, and then lightning jumps from the corpse.
Did you just get?
Yeah, just imagine like grabbing him on the shoulders and like.
Yeah, he's raiding this dude.
Yeah.
Blows up in the middle. Yeah, exactly. No, you're not a monk anymore. Okay, so the dire wolf needs to make a save. It gets a 7, so it fails the save.
Okay.
And then your vampire friend, he gets disadvantage on the save, right?
Yep.
Okay. Gets an 11, so they both fail. So go ahead and roll damage.
31. That's a big one.
31.
That's a good one.
Not bad. Okay. So you deal 31 damage to both targets. A bolt of light shrieks across the room, instantly killing the target in front of you and very badly injuring both the shadow wolf and your target behind it. Anything else you would like to do this turn?
Let me see. Like I have bonus shit I could do, but it's just like it'd be dumb to do. So
okay, so no is the answer to that.
Yeah,
question.
no, I mean I could hobble the guy right by me so I could get away from him, but
yeah,
that would be nothing that's that necessary. The guy that's right on top of me, how hurt is he? Does he look pretty hurt or like he's ready to go?
Pretty fucked up.
Okay. I'll let it go. I'll be fine.
Okay. All right. At the end of your turn, the guy you're fighting, Leash, attacks, lashes out, and like claws the direwolf. So let's make an arm strike.
Pretty dexterous.
Gets a 14, which is the armor class of the direwolf.
What if it's the number every time?
Dealing 8 damage and dissipating it. So the lightning bolt courses through both of them. He reaches back, closes his fist, and just punches right into the head of the thing, and it dissipates like a cloud of fog. It's very unsatisfying for him. There's no blood, there's no gore, just punch and then disappears. All right. So add another tick to Maharib as you run through the streets. Cool. All right. So this dude on his turn is going to let's cast a spell, shall we? Let's cast a spell. What have I got?
Wait, who's casting a spell?
The dude, your enemy, Leash.
Oh, he didn't take his action. He has another action. I'm guessing.
No, yeah, he gets some like minor flailing that he gets to do.
Okay, just make
at the end of turns. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. He is going to. He's been all flashing stuff. So what he does, he reaches into his sleeve to pull out a material component. It's a pyramid of glass on his hand. He holds it out and he opens his mouth, and a beam of white light rushes out of his mouth, hits the pyramid, and multiple like colored streams of light course out of the room. You need to roll a d8, and I need to roll a d8 for the person next to you, because you're not the only one who can kill your own minions. All right, I got an 8, which means
I gotta roll
two colors. Oh my god, this person's toast. Okay, a 5 and all right. Jesus Christ, stop rolling 8s. I need a number that's not an 8 on this d8. Come on.
Keep
There you
rolling.
go, a 5 and a 3. All right, so you get hit by the blue beam. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh, sure. You betcha. I'll make that a 7.
Okay. All right.
How's that? Is that good?
Okay. So for you, the part of this like spectrum of color that strikes you is a blue beam of light, and it hits you, and it's gonna deal you some damage.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You take 34 damage.
Holy shit!
Freezing beam passes over you.
Wow, you rolled really well.
No, there's no
Really well.
there's no attack for that. I just get hit, right?
No, I mean that's what the saving throw was, right?
Right.
So I gotta make the same save for the spawn here. Let me see here. It's a dex save. Okay, big success for them, but I don't think they're gonna survive anyway. So they get hit by the cold beam first. This is the one that washes over you, kills them instantly. But just for fun, what is a 3? A 3 is a yellow beam. They also take 24 lightning damage on top of the 31 damage. So they were frozen and then struck by lightning, and they burst, instantly incinerated and destroyed. Great. So you are currently unconscious. So the next things that occur in this room, we will not know them. Ramus, I think. Let's see how many turns pass.
Is it time for me to burst in?
It will be soon. Let's see. Okay, for Berg, it'll be 1. Can you? Hey, bye, Zeke. I need you to make death saves. That's fine. It's fine. Bye.
I'm
Bye,
sorry.
buddy.
I'm starting so much with that horrible pun.
Here, I'll just roll for him. Let's pretend.
Oh, does he need death saves right away? Oh, he's back. He's back.
Yeah, there's a couple because there's a couple rounds before, or there's like a round before Berg shows up.
That's how
so I
Broken
just need
Promises
one
dies.
death save from you, Broken Promises. And then Berg, you arrive, so we rotate all the way through.
Nice.
All right. What does Kramer
all right.
say when he opens the door?
So here's what you see, Berg, and we'll begin your turn at the doors. You rush up to where Ramus told you that your new friend was being attacked, and that you need to get to as fast as possible. You are arriving at the door, and then your turn begins when you arrive at this door. And on the door there is an enormous, like it's a big industrial size like iron chain with a lock on it. And there are 2 doors, and as you arrive, you can see both have been locked from the outside. What are you gonna do?
Try to hit the door down.
So this is the question, right? Do you just like throw yourself into the door and try to break the door? Do you attack the lock? Do you try to rip it off with your arms?
If I go into a rage, does attacking the door technically count as?
I don't know if rage says creature or not.
Yeah, that's always been my kind of. I feel like it.
Let me take a quick look. Is a door enough? Can you hate a door so much that it sustains your rage?
Counts.
No, hostile creature.
All right.
Which also means you can't just attack. A, it means you can't just attack anybody. They have to be hostile. And B, when Berg punches himself in the face, he's hostile to himself. Oh, Berg.
He is hostile.
So what do you want to do on your turn? You want to fly into a rage?
Well, there's no point in flying into a rage until this door's down, right?
That's true. Unless you think you're going to get attacked as soon as you come inside.
You get advantage on strength checks while raged.
Yeah, you get advantage on that athletics
That's
check.
true. All right, you know what? I got plenty of rages. Let's do it. Fly into a rage.
Okay.
Super Saiyan.
What?
except it's white,
Super.
but dimmer.
Okay.
More of a gray.
It says Rageberg, not Super Saiyan. All right, that's
Super Saiyan.
okay.
Hear what I'm Super
Berg,
Saiyan?
except
Come
he's
on,
white.
JP.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
And I go attack the door. Yeah. Do you want me to? Like, am I just?
So this is a question: are you swinging at it with your hammer, or are you grabbing the chains and tearing them off the door, or are you approaching by some other means?
In previous.
It's just two. It's either an athletics check against a DC, or it's you attack the door or chains according to their armor class and their hit points.
I feel like athletics check because I have really high stats into that. So.
Yeah, you want to do that? So it'd be tearing the chains off the door.
Well, at least that's what we'll attempt at first.
Breaking them. All right, you have advantage. It's an athletics check.
Good luck.
Bang. Good lock, more like.
Oh yeah, 24 is definitely enough. So you rush up the door and in a rage, what does it look like? So the chains are they're across the door and they've been attached to like the door frame. So they block the door from opening from inside. They must have been locked from outside. What does Berg tearing the chains off the wall look like?
He grabs like one of his arms around like that, locks his arms around like that, and uses his legs to push off the door and like rip it off.
It's like pulls back.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So you rip the chains free from the door. There's a cloud of mortar dust and stone, and when you clears, the doors are hanging open. You hear inside an angry voice exclaim something, but you don't catch what it is.
My locks.
You're right. Somebody above is like,
shit.
oh no, my
Those
precious
were my
antique
grandmother's
cans."
locks, you dick.
Yep. All right. So you've taken your action. You've done your bonus action. You can still move. Do you want to run into the room?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you are up here. It's taken you 5 feet of movement. You can continue to move, but what you see in the room when you come in is like pieces of corpses. Like there are chunks of frozen, blown apart flesh dotting the floor. There's a big gross black stain on the floor and the ceiling right next to you. There's a dead juggalo over here.
Nice.
And there is more mist and shadow than there usually is inside. And when you look across the room, you see 2 figures. One is cloaked in they've got a black cloak around their shoulders. They're kind of crouched down, and they're holding your new friend, Broken Promises, in their arms. And Broken Promises' head is back, her eyes are open, but she's unconscious, and there's blood dripping down her neck from 2 puncture wounds on her neck. The creature has black blood all over its face. And he looks up at you, and he has a look on his face, not like, I'm so angry, but like, how dare you interrupt me? This isn't about you. Who the fuck are you? Get out of here. Like you've walked in on him and peeing or something. He's just like, angry. What do you want to do? You have the rest of your move, which I think is like 35 feet. If you want to just rush
Yeah, I'd
towards
probably
him.
just use the rest of my move, right? Before I do that,
yeah.
like regular voice, like, what are you doing, man? Yeah, I just move
Fucking,
forward.
hey, that's mine. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and just move yourself wherever you want to move in the room. You got 35 more feet.
Okay. Boop. Yeah, this 35. That put like right there on this little flower.
Okay. So, Ramus, you continue running. You have, I think you're very nearby. I think you're around the corner, and you and Amira and Maharib are far enough back that you see Berg tear the chains off the door and run inside. So the 3 of you will arrive next time it is your turn. So that's Ramus. Promises owes me another death save. And then the angry boy sees Berg coming in. He drops... there it is. All right. It's 2 or 3. He drops Amira... he drops Broken Promises, stands up, and snarls at you and says, he says to you, fine, I'll deal with you, and then I'll go back to this. And he's like annoying, like he sees there's like a fly buzzing around the room that he is intending to swallow.
I am no
He doesn't
fly.
he doesn't have as many spells
Until
as
I
he
get
wants to.
destroyed, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm a fly.
So let's have him cast have him cast a spell on you. Let's see here. He holds a hand out, making a stop gesture. Can you make a wisdom saving throw, please, Berg?
I'm gonna nail it like I always do.
Boom.
This definitely isn't my
It's
knock
your
it out of the
best. It's
park.
your best favorite save.
Here we go.
Make a wisdom save.
motherfucking get it.
Hey.
Whoa, nice. Okay, you feel your body start to freeze up at the hand gesture of this guy, and you start to you feel your muscles tighten, and then you shake off the magic, and the person who is draining your friend here, leashed, kind of raises an eyebrow, oh, all right, I see. Okay, I underestimated
but apparently not.
Yeah. And let's see. I think that's it. Maybe he takes a couple of steps back.
Yeah, I would
okay. Yeah. So it didn't work, and he kind of
barreling
steps
that
back
way.
slightly. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Berg, that makes it your turn. Now, here's the question, Berg. You're filled with rage. Your friend is dying on the floor. Do you stop to help your friend, or do you leap at this enemy?
Well, I mean,
And as we take a brief step back from me asking Berg about that, Broken Promises only has one death save left, but dying is it's a thing.
it's a different thing.
Who knows?
Yeah. They're from here too.
But would Berg know that, right?
Yeah, we've talked about
what would
that
you
enough.
do? What would you do, buddy?
Well, it doesn't make sense to just stop and try to stabilize. One, because Berg isn't proficient in that, and two, no, I'm saying, and two, does it make sense to just crouch in front of some person as this guy's just gonna fire?
Berg,
And
Berg
you're
kill.
raging.
Berg
Kill.
kills.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Also
saying. It
raging,
doesn't make
yeah.
sense.
Go kill Berg.
Berg, you go kill. That's all I
kill
needed.
Berg.
Here we go.
Do it.
This is Berg's new voice. Adam. All right, here we go.
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get this guy. So you have your bonus action, you have your move, and you have your normal 2 attacks. So you have already raged. You're in a state of rage. You have your hammer in hand.
Sweet nothings into my hammer.
That's right. The hammer ignites. And I think probably what we see here is as the hammer illuminates the room, it burns off some of the mist with heaven's light. That strange green light that sort of fills the room. It burns away and is replaced by natural sunlight from the real world. And this thing snarls and looks away, what the hell? Put that thing out.
Yeah,
and then you
vampire,
hit
too,
him
it's
with it.
fine. Yeah, then I hit him with it. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's move on up and go. Ooh-doo-doo-doop. And first smack.
Okay.
Zibbity
So
bop.
2 attacks. Oh yeah, no problem. 20 is definitely a hit.
Oh, it hasn't even loaded. On
So
my
go
side.
ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, I'm stupid and it scrolled up for some reason. Here we go. Boop.
That's okay. All right. So you deal 12 plus 3, so you got 15, plus
that
another
2d6.
9 radiant, plus roll a d6 plus
One
roll a
D6,
d6
yeah.
plus 5.
5. Ooh.
Very nice. Okay, so minus 12, minus 3, minus
Nice.
11, and then minus another 9. Okay. All right, that's the first hit.
Big hit.
Second hit. Probably not enough.
Okay. The second hit, the second swing is a miss. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So the second one, so you hit him, stagger him back against the wall. He snarls, and on the second swing, he brings a clawed hand up and grabs the haft of the hammer, not enough to stop you, but to turn the blow aside, and it hits the floor, shattering some of the tiles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back.
All right. Mira, Ramus. Okay. Broken Promises. Can I get a save from you? Okay, so Broken Promises.
right.
No one sees this, but the black tendrils of the void reach up and get a hold of Broken Promises. I have between now and when you wake up, Broken Promises, I have a thing that I want to go over with you. You go somewhere.
Okay.
We'll cover that in a moment.
Real
After
quick,
all of
do
the fussing about it.
what's it called? The radiant or necrotic? That necrotic. That should be +6, right? Because it's half my level. I don't think we updated it. Is what it was.
Oh yes, yeah.
So it's just one extra bit of damage. But.
No, but it counts. Yeah.
But he's dead, right? Because that's all he had left. Right, Adam?
No, but he's pretty beat up. He planned to fight Broken Promises and doesn't really have anything to deal with you.
I do have a thing though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we move on, then what is your thing?
Oh shit! It's at 0 hit points.
We can still use it now. This is literally the first fight your character has ever been in. You never played this character before. It's totally okay if we want to use it now. So
when damage reduces to 0 hit points, let me just go ahead and put that in there.
Okay, so perhaps instead of this happening, normally we would do it at 0 hit points, but this is fine too. So the tendrils of void space reach out to grab you, but your own control over shadows and darkness may save you. So the DC for this save is 5 plus the damage that you took.
So crit or nothing.
Which I think is...
You took like 34, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, it's still nice to have a thing. You got a thing.
You got a thing. So let's see if it works. Close. And it adds your charisma, but yeah, you would need to crit that to be able to do it. So yeah, it reaches up for you and now lays its shadowy hands on you. And we will talk about that briefly after the fight. Maybe when we come back from the break, we'll see if they bring you back quick or not. So, Maharib, you continue to run. This dude needs to find a way to deal with the Berg.
He's very.
So I think at this, at this point, he's just like he's actually saying like, "What are you doing? Who are you? This is none of your business. Get away from me!" And it's just like slapping at you, trying to get you to stop hitting him with this awful hammer. Yeah, like he's just pissed. Like, this is between me and her, and you just busted into my fucking sanctum, and now you're hitting me with your hammer. Who are you? What is going on here? He's not happy with this. This is pissing him off.
Listen,
and so
he fucking bit her without consent. Consent.
It's very important to Berg.
Very true.
So he does get a little flaily flail on you before his turn. So at the end of Redeemer's turn, he is going to slap at you. What's your armor class right now?
18. Okay.
Okay, so I got a 20. He's going to deal you damage. He's going to deal you damage instead of... no. This guy is hooked as fuck on juice. So instead of dealing damage, he grabs you, and he is going to try to suck the juice out of you. Because, he's addicted to it. So instead of using a spell, which would probably be better, he is going to try to bite you. So you're still struggling. He grabs you. You are grappled by him now. Let me see if
how's that work in this world with vampires? Did they turn me into a vampire? Vampire Berg?
We don't know.
So vampires, we haven't really seen a vampire down here versus a vampire up there, but I imagine they're similar, but not exactly the same. Down here, this guy wants to suck the liquid heroin out of your veins so that he can feel awesome.
It's true.
So grapple creature 0 can benefit from bonus to speed.
My liquid heroin.
Okay, so you are just held in place. He doesn't get any advantage. He's going to try to bite you. You are restrained or grappled.
I sense danger. Oh,
it's an attack roll. Get a 19, which is I think just barely sufficient. Right, your AC is 18.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this moray sinks his teeth into you, and he doesn't have like 2 little pointy teeth. He has like all of his teeth are fangs. They're all sharp, and he bites into you. And it's not like the seductive bite of the vampire. It's like a nasty leech wound to your shoulder. Bites into you and just starts like inhaling your blood. So you're gonna take some damage. You take 7 piercing and 13 necrotic.
So half the piercing.
Yeah. So you take 3 piercing. You take 16 total. 3 piercing and necrotic. And let's see. Your hit point maximum is reduced by the total of necrotic damage. So your top health goes down by 13. For now. So 94. I'll keep track of that for you. Your top health goes down by 13, and
81.
the I think he gets he regains that much health. Okay, so he's
What
just
a
like
bitch.
hoovering up your blood. His natural like regenerative juice powers don't work right now because you hit him with the hammer. But now, he's holding you. He's just like hoovering your blood.
That boy better suck that blood up quick, because I'm a fixing to smack him.
It's your turn. So you have a giant mosquito man stuck to you. What are you gonna do?
Ah! Please hit.
Let's go.
Stop
Yep.
it.
Yep. You're still restrained, so you're really like
mosquito-ass
struggling and
bitch.
like banging him with the hammer. And yep. Okay, so you do hit with a 17, and since this is your first attack, d6 plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we
Nice.
see just all sixes. All right, so
In the void. no less.
12, 24, 25, 26, 27 damage. Okay. As he's draining your juice, we can see that his features are becoming harder to differentiate. He's getting the contrast turned up on him, so his eyes turn to glow. When he opens his mouth, light is coming out, and he's just like filling with light, basically. And then you hit him in the face with a hammer. Take another swing. You got 2.
Some of my own blood splattering on me because it's in him.
Yeah, probably. You got blood. There's blood all over the place.
It's just blood everywhere, man.
Your blood, other people's blood. Yep, hit him again. So you deal another 18 minus, and then another 3.
I'm gonna roll the extra. I hate
7.
You only do that one. You only do that 1d6 plus 1 once per turn.
I know, but I'm saying I'm gonna roll an extra damage die because I have that ability to do that.
Oh yeah, you have a thing where you can.
Divine Frenzy. Nope. Let me see. I can't remember which one it is, but I
think
know it's there.
Yeah, I think it's you can use a reaction or a bonus action to deal like another one more radiant
I'm
damage
scrolling.
die if you want.
Damn, I hate scrolling through all of this. Is it a part of Orcish Fury?
No, that's for crits.
That's for crits,
This is,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, I think this is a different thing.
It's Zealot something or other.
Fuck. I don't remember. Is it an orc racial? Is that what it is?
Nope, we just discussed that.
Oh.
Yeah, divine frenzy 1d6. We already have that.
There is a thing.
Is it
yeah,
Orcish
it's-
Fury?
it's- I know
might
the
be part
ability
of
that you're
Orcish Fury.
referring to, but it's
Zealous
Because Orcish
Presence,
Fury isn't
maybe?
just critical stuff.
no, it's not Zealous Presence.
Yeah, it's
me look
Orcish
at-
Fury for sure. When you hit an attack,
Oh, they're
with,
separate. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's because they're separate. It's separate things. Yeah, this is
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the middle bit. When you hit with it, roll one of the damages extra dice. Yeah. Okay. So what do you want to roll? Another D8 or another D6? The D6 is radiant.
Does radiant if his? I mean, I would imagine it does more damage, like more effect on him. But if it doesn't, and it's negligible based,
Yeah,
on
like
what
it
I'm seeing-
might. The fact that you're dealing radiant damage is doing something. So yeah, it's up to you.
My instinct tells me to just take the D8 for more damage.
Yeah, go with that.
All right, 1
So,
D8.
yeah, just roll another D8.
Haha! Take 2 more.
All right, cool. Okay, so Ramus, given that we are at the top of the turn, you arrive at the door that you saw Berg smash into earlier. So you start your turn. Get up there, Berg. There you go. Okay. So Ramus, you begin your turn there. You can see when you arrive at the opening to the door, you can see inside your new ally lying on the ground, staring blank-eyed at the ceiling. You see Berg in the cruel embrace of this lamprey man, and he's sucking on Berg. Sucking on Berg, and he will not stop.
Okay, I want to save Berg. I will send a 3rd level guiding bolt at the creature.
Okay.
Is 13 enough to hit?
It is not. No.
Okay, it hits the wall then.
Rolled a fucking 3 and a 1.
Rolled really bad.
Jesus.
Yep.
That's really bad.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Ramus
exhausted.
announces
Long
his
run.
arrival with
that's
a radiant blast, a guiding bolt against the wall. And I think between slurps, the eel man or whatever, like looks up and he's like, "There are more of you! Wow, what?" It's like, but just stop it. This is my private business. Yeah. Okay. All right, Maharib. Let's make a bad situation worse. You arrive at the door.
It's pretty
do I-
comedic. He's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Stop it.
How much do I have full movement? 30 movement?
Yeah. You begin your turn at the door.
Great. How far away is this dude? He's 50 feet.
Yeah. You got to go around that corner, but it's still pretty much the same.
Sure, yeah. 55
Same
feet.
diff.
Can I see if the guy looks like he's hurting right now?
He looks like he's been smashed in the face several times by a hammer.
Yeah. Okay.
Like his nose is probably broken. One of his cheekbones is like smushed. And he's glowing. Like he's just like, and at this point, I think we can see that he's like kind of swollen, though that might be from the hammer to the face. It's hard to say.
Okay. I will use my action to dash then, right next
Okay.
to Berg, and then I don't think I can do anything else bonus action wise. So I think that's it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
All right.
all I do.
All right. Well, now there's two of you fucking with him.
That's true.
At the end of your turn, he punches Berg.
Great.
So he gets
Berg.
to keep slapping at Berg, like, stop it! Shut up, fuck you guys. So this is funny because he's like holding on to you and he's biting you, Berg, and you're struggling and he's punching you in the head, like trying to get you to stop struggling. It's not very sexy at all. So he makes an unarmed attack, or he can bite you too because he's got your restraint. So he bites you again before his turn starts. So he hits you, and you take another 2 piercing and 12 necrotic.
Right.
He gains the 12 necrotic. So he's just like biting you and punching you in the face and like trying to stop you from hitting him. There's blood all over the place. He's flailing, and then Maharib comes running up, and Ramus in the room shooting lasers at him and stuff.
Does
Now,
each necrotic drain my hit point maximum, like you're saying?
Yeah, drains your max off
So
the
it's
top for
another
another 12.
So it's my 81 for another 12.
Yeah.
Adam, since this is
Yes.
new ability, I don't know why I didn't paste it, but when a creature within your reach, so does he attack Berg when I get up to him or before?
It is at the end. It is at the end of your turn. So you are there when you're there.
So it says when a creature within your reach makes an attack against a target other than you, and the target doesn't have.
Yes, you
the
may
speech-
use your reaction.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I can make
you
an
can.
attack. Great. I will strike at him. 18 does it hit
You hit.
for 9 damage.
All right. So you slash out with your battle axe. Yep. So that uses your reaction. He bites you. He bites. He bites Berg. I need to make a saving throw here because this guy, he was about to run out of juice, and then he found Berg, and Berg's like a huge juice battery, and he really should disengage and get the fuck out of there, but he is addicted to juice, and now there's just like Berg, the juice fountain. Let me make this save. I can say DC
I don't
15.
like being a juice fountain.
I mean,
Ooh, he gets it. All right, smart
Okay,
guy.
crits it.
Okay,
Jesus.
so he shoves you aside, Berg.
Good.
Like, no, I can't. And he's all like swollen and weird. You already used your reaction, Maharib, so you cannot make an attack of opportunity on him. But Berg, you can. And he makes a dash. He makes a dash over here. So Berg, take a swing at him. He's just like, "Gah!" and pushes you away.
Fuck, man. Sentinel would have been nice for that. Oh well.
It hit.
Okay. Yeah. So you hit him for another 11, and then 3, and then another 7. And for people who are asking, Sentinel only reduces someone's speed to 0 if you hit them with an opportunity attack, which you need your reaction for, which Maharib spent at the end of his turn to attack the creature.
It's true.
Anyway, he scrambles away. You smash him with the hammer. Yeah, don't forget to roll your extra damage. This is the first. You get an extra d6 plus 6.
Oh, yeah. Oop. Nice roll.
Fucking keep rolling.
Wow,
those
good
sixes,
roll.
Man.
No, man.
It's 3 in a row.
All right. So he falls back, and he's gonna. This is the last ditch effort. Let's see here. How does this fucking spell work? Berg, can you please make a wisdom saving throw?
Surely I won't save twice.
Wow. Wow,
Man.
asshole.
Man, Max is tempting the
So-
fates today.
So he turns and he looks at you, Berg, and he stares with these like blood red eyes, glowing with juice energy. And he uses the like Benny Gesserit voice magic, right? His voice resonates on a bunch of different levels, and you hear it differently than everyone else does. And he like issues a supernatural command, and he says to you, "Protect me." But it has no magical effect on you whatsoever. And when you don't immediately turn around and start attacking Maharib, he's like, "What? Didn't you hear me? Kill him! The one with the axe! Kill him!
I just respond back.
Come on!"
No.
Ah! Yep, and that's his turn. He's done. He's done with his turn. So it is your turn, Berg. You just RP walk
And I
out to him.
fly
Like,
right at him.
Fucking slice him up, yeah.
Yep.
if you don't respect people's boundaries and get proper consent, a giant half orc with a hammer will come to your house
That's what
and
happens.
break you into 1,000
It's
small
true.
pieces.
It's true.
This is what we need to teach the kids. All right, so roll that d6 plus 6.
Oh
Minus
my
3.
god.
Did this before.
Minus
Look, it
another
had to
8.
happen.
All right,
It had to happen.
he's still kicking. I think as you come forward, you've hit him. He's like staggering back, and now like he's got he lifts up his arm and you just break it with the hammer. He's like falling backwards and he's begging. He's just like, "Please, stop! What are you doing?" And you have another attack.
Let me attack real quick before I potentially deliver a one-liner. Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Suck this, bitch.
Classy stuff. All right, you
Now,
kill
is
him.
that consent or I mean, one?
I mean, there's some complicated philosophy going
Gotta
on
be
here.
clear and direct here. You know.
Yeah,
2019.
generally killing a person, you can't really get consent for that. But like Broken Promises, he may not be dead. However, he is just full of juice. So I'm gonna make a roll for him right now because, as we know,
everywhere.
juice is the thing in this world that makes things permanent. Right? Juice is the thing that keeps things from going back to the way they were. So let's see if being loaded up on juice does anything. I'm gonna make a Constitution save. Let's say DC. He sucked it
Juice
right
is
out
our
of like a
blood,
living
right?
source.
It's people
Your
from
blood,
the
your blood
normal
is so they
blood.
call fountain energy juice. You are made out of that stuff, so your blood.
Yeah.
By like if he was eating your flesh, it'd be the same.
Okay. Not the blood itself.
Ooh, a crit fail.
Can everyone in the room please? Everyone in the room, please make a Constitution save.
I figured that was coming. Fuck.
He explodes. Yeah, he full on Monty Python just blows up, sending
it.
back all that juice energy into the room. Just
It's like
streamers of blood and
pushing-
energy fly everywhere.
pushing a mosquito that is just
Yeah.
full of blood, but like times much bigger. You know.
Yeah.
We're con save.
Probably smell there.
All right. I'm gonna
Okay,
re-roll that
let's
with
take a look for damage.
Indomitable, so I can just re-roll saving throw.
I'm gonna re-roll mine as well.
Fuck! I'm gonna use. Can I use two? So I have two uses of Indomitable. Can I use it a third time or a second time, Adam? Or is only one per?
If you do so, you can use this feature twice. Yes, yeah, you can roll it again.
I mean, I'm not resting on that fucking one. Okay, there we go. 24. A little bit.
There you
better.
go. All right. Okay.
Banana
So
okay,
everyone in the
reroll.
room, I'm gonna use his last remaining spell slot as an indicator of how much like juice is left in him. He has one 4th level slot. So everyone in the room, everyone who succeeded, which is to say
I'm assuming that
Ramus,
I failed, correct?
Ramus
So
and
I can reroll.
Maharib.
Is Amira here, by the way?
she's opening the door to come in and then just
Right.
just like probably slams the door shut. Yeah, Berg, you've got to reroll if you want.
I'm gonna
You can
re-roll
use
it. Yeah. That
Okay,
was
do it.
con, right? Okay, so con save.
Yeah, con save because there's nowhere to hide. It just fills the room. There you
Good
go.
reroll.
All right.
That's a good
What were we gonna say,
reroll.
Dan?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. I thought you
Okay, so nobody failed. So
I'm
everybody
just gonna
takes.
do that randomly now. Dan, what was that? What
What did you say?
was that? What,
So half of everybody takes half of that from the eruption of
so 18.
Good reroll.
radiant. Yeah, half that in radiant. Yeah, the building itself ruptures and collapses. Like chunks of debris fall, the walls all fall in. You're all buried in rubble after this explosion of juice energy. So we cut to an external shot of Amira like like peering out from behind a low wall that she's jumped over, and yeah, there's just this smoldering, like burning body of buildings, and I think probably like it hit a couple of people in the street too. So there's just like some corpses lying there. Somebody's got like a rock on the back of their head, and the building is just like smoking. There's green smoke drifting up off of it. So while all this is happening, we see this. We crossfade to a strange place we have not seen before. There is it's all like everything is black and white. There's no color here. It's all been drained away, but everything has the contrast and the luminance turned up. So things that are white have a kind of bright glow, and things that are black are like the absence of light, and they have kind of a fringed edge to them. We can see basically like a waterfall, but a waterfall that is a circle. So in the center, there is a great dark sphere. You can only see it because it blocks out the light from the edge of this. It looks like fluid, but it's like vaporous. So there's a flow to it, and it's all kind of flowing across a horizontal plane and into this sphere. It's very much like what people imagine an event horizon to look like. There are, standing around, looking listless and confused, there are figures. We see a warrior with a spear stuck through his chest. We see somebody whose neck is turned like sideways. We see a group of 4 people who look like diseased. They have like pox marks on them. And then among these figures, and this stretches out kind of like to infinity, the camera falls on a black and white version of Broken Promises. So Broken Promises, you remember the last thing. You remember being struck by the spell, and then for you it was like blinking, and now you're in this dark place. Can you make a religion check for me real quick? Because you've been around, and you have advantage on this roll. You've been around people who talk about this thing or this place enough that you might recognize it. It's good. That's fine. A 4 is a number. I think you're too disoriented to remember anything that you would have overheard about this particular thing. There is something familiar about this. You feel a gentle pull towards this sphere, but it's not urgent. It feels inevitable, but not you're not being drawn in. You look down and you see the flow of water, the flow of vapor kind of like passing around your ankles. And you see the void. And I think we watch from your point of view, we see somebody come up, and we see this, maybe it's the soldier with the spear. We see him walk up to the edge of the void, and he reaches up and he draws the spear out of his chest and he throws it ahead of him, and it floats for a moment in the air and then evaporates into the sphere. And then we see him the same. He reaches into the hole the spear caused, and he draws out an infant. He draws out like a baby. It's a child. It's squalling. It's like wrapped in swaddling cloth, and he holds it out to the void, and it vanishes. We see him draw from this hole a number of other objects, maybe a bundle of flowers. We see him draw a long rope. He's just drawing these shadow objects from his chest and dropping them into the void. And as he does, he's slowly becoming less and less visible. And at one point, I think he reaches up and pulls from his wrist a leather like band with something etched on it. We can't see it. And he looks at it and he lets it go. And then he turns, and as if in that last moment, he has like opened a door. He turns, and we see behind him a staircase leading up to an opening. There's a door there, and we can hear from the other side of this opening. We can't see beyond it. We can hear faint chanting. He begins to walk up the stairs and into the light, and the stairs kind of fade and roll up behind him. So when we cut back over to Broken Promises, you find yourself now, you don't remember walking to the edge. You are now, you cannot see anyone else, but before you can feel only the great throbbing absence of anything. And it is asking you not what price you will pay to return to life. right? You immediately sense that this is not what that's about. It's not like, haha, pay the darkness so you can go back to life. It is offering you absolution of your pain. It is asking to destroy something you no longer want. If there is anything that you are ready to let go of, to give unto the void, you may do that here in this place. This is a place of like letting go, of unchaining. Does broken promises give anything to the void?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
maybe we know, maybe we don't. But you can tell us what we see and then go from there.
You see, like, all of the. Now, was that blue prismatic spray thing? What was the damage type? Was it ice?
Ice. Yeah.
Yes, it was cold. Yeah.
Okay. So you see, like, frost-bitten, like, pieces of her flesh, like, showing through, along with, like, burn marks from the juice lightning that she was getting attacked with. And you see her take, like, the scab from the burn mark and, like, peel it off. Underneath is just, like, regular flesh. And then, like, she claws at some of the frost that was accumulated on her chest and grabs it and then just kind of, like, blows the pieces of the frost, the snowflakes, and the scabbed up flesh, and just blows it out into the void. And I don't mind telling what she wants to forget, but do you want me to keep it a secret?
It's entirely up to you. Like, if that's something that you think that we would recognize now, or if you want to kind of like reveal that later, it's up to you. But the important thing here is that the void takes your pain, it takes your suffering, it takes the things that you innately want to forget, and happily takes them from you.
Okay. Since the King of Chat asked me to tell you, I won't.
You will tell us what is burdened you.
No,
Right.
we'll.
So-
I think we can RP that out when the time comes.
Cool.
Yeah. So you feel. I mean, down here you feel nothing. You have a clear inventory of your own mental and emotional faculties, but as you begin to ascend the staircase back to life, you realize you will not remember any of this cognitively. All you will remember is being struck and being knocked down. You will wake up having no memory of your confrontation with the void, of this exchange. You won't remember any of it, but whatever you left behind won't come back with you. You will let it go. And so you begin walking up the shadowy steps back to life, back to reality. So let's take a break there.
Sounds good.
Were you singing that song too?
Yeah. No, it was in my
Yes,
head.
100%.
Back to life.
Walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yep.
That
No,
one.
not that.
Take us out, Max. Here we go. Come on, keep going.
Everybody go listen to Soul to Soul on the break.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah. We'll be right back with more. Thanks, Max. Appreciate it.